Hi, it's been a long time since our last video. I got COVID, and that sort of put a damper on us going out and doing anything. I self-isolated for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, even when he was feeling better, I wouldn't let him in the office to edit because that's my workspace for regular work too.
It is. I sort of spent 2 weeks on the couch, so that wasn't a lot of fun, and it wouldn't have made a good video.
No. And we had originally planned on and got reservations to go to Epcot because it's Festival of the Arts and we haven't been yet this year. We love Epcot's Festival of the Arts.
We do, but it is too bloody cold.
Yes, we are going to get down below freezing tonight. It was close to freezing last night. And for us Floridians, I mean, that is cold, cold. Alligators are not accustomed to having ice on their ponds.
No, they're not.
Maybe the ones up in North Georgia can handle it, but these down here are thin-skinned alligators. But we thought maybe something inside would be a little better for both of us.
So we made last-minute reservations to the almost new restaurant, Steakhouse 71 at the Contemporary Resort.
If you remember the wave of contemporary flavors way back at the far end of the lobby to the left, this is what has replaced the wave. The wave had good food. The decor was definitely dated, even for the Contemporary Resort.
The architecture is pretty much the same.
Which means no windows still.
Yeah. But it's a lot brighter and a little cheerier, do you think?
I think it's just the brightness, really. None of that old dark wood. They still have the wood ceilings, but they've really brought it to a little bit more. It almost looks like there are windows because it is filled with a much brighter light. It is also still very bright sound-wise, if you know what that means.
And since they're sort of celebrating the fact that Walt Disney World opened in 1971, that's the 71 in Steakhouse 71, there are all kinds of nostalgic pictures around the place.
You check in first at the podium and they ask for your phone number so they can text you when your table's ready. They don't want people standing around or sitting in big groups. They text you, you go back and check in, and you walk down a fairly large, short but wide corridor, and one entire wall is covered in black and white pictures of the building of Walt Disney World, which of course in 1971 was only Magic Kingdom, Contemporary Resort, and the Polynesian Resort, plus the campground, but that's off on the other side of the lake. So.
And of course the monorail.
And the monorail. So lots of fun photos there.
Which goes through the center of the Contemporary Resort. Pretty cool, huh?
So one side of the restaurant is the bar area, like it always has been. It's fairly open, and he kept looking at the TVs because it's basketball season.
And the bar looks pretty much like it used to. It's a long bar, it's a great bar, but it hasn't changed very much.
No. On the other end of the restaurant, they have beautiful murals of like 4-piece. So it's not a whole big mural. It's like 4 photos on one side of the castle and on the other side of the monorail. And the castle is in yellows and oranges and gold colors, and the monorail is in blues and purples. So it's really neat to have those sitting next to each other. There is a short dividing wall between them, but still sitting closer to the bar and then looking back at this beautiful, almost abstract, just like cutouts of color. So it was more pastel than Mary Blair is known for, but definitely had some Mary Blair-ish look to it. And I hope you enjoy the pictures. I'm definitely going to have them up on Instagram if you want to go and look at them some more.
Another thing is there are other trivia sort of pictures pretty much all around the restaurant. Now let's talk about the chairs. I really enjoyed the chairs, but they hug your back, they're very comfortable, but if you've got a bag on it like I wear a lot, you pretty much got to take it off because they're very narrow and they hug your hips, but they're pretty comfortable. I wonder what a large person would do if they had to sit in that chair. It might be a problem.
A Pooh Bear sized person might have a problem in those chairs, but those aren't the only chairs. They also have booths, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. The booths actually are one of the things that made me think the place now, instead of looking like a car dealership from the early 70s, I think it kind of looks like an airport lounge, a nicer airport lounge, but it looks a lot like an airport lounge with the blue and tan, and then they have this it's an interesting tile wall, but again, it kind of has this airport vibe going on.
Yeah, there's some pretty interesting wallpaper over in the alcoves. They've got some alcoves on the side, and we thought the pattern looked very contemporary resort-ish.
Yes, almost monorail-ish, but interesting and so much lighter and brighter than the old dark alcoves were. We'd heard really good things about the food there, especially lunch, because if you go for lunch, they have a cheeseburger. If you go for dinner, no burger. So if you like cheeseburgers, go for lunch.
I like cheeseburgers, and we really didn't want to pop for the steaks this time.
No, that is one of the cheapest steaks on property, but it's still a good $15 to $20 higher than the cheeseburger, which is a fairly expensive cheeseburger.
It's a $20 cheeseburger.
It's a $20 cheeseburger. So most of your things on the menu for lunch are going to be in that 15 to 25 range. Appetizers start at 9 and move up from there. And you're still going to drop some money for that, but we enjoyed our food and the service was impeccable. Rob was amazing.
Yes, he was. Do you want to tell them what we got?
Well, of course I want to tell them what we got.
Well,
They want to know.
Let's start out with, I got the cheeseburger, which came with waffle fries.
The Steakhouse 71 Stack Burger for $20. Signature blend of beef, American cheese, lemon aioli, red onion, house-made pickles on a brioche bun. Served with choice of petite wedge salad, Parmesan fries, or pasta salad. The Parmesan fries are a waffle fry, and they are seasoned beautifully.
Now,
Very tasty.
Rob told me how they make this cheeseburger, Steakhouse burger.
Mm-hmm.
They take 2 patties and press them down so you get the Maillard effect.
Is it sort of like caramelization?
Yeah, it's a lot like caramelization.
There we go. It's caramelization of the beef.
And they put cheese in between the 2 patties and on top, put all the toppings on top. Let me tell you, that is a darn good burger. It's one of the better burgers I've had here in Orlando. I really enjoyed it.
One of the appetizers is onion rings, but he wanted them with the burger. So he got the fries and the appetizer of onion rings. That is the $9 version. They are very crispy.
Very crispy. Almost too crispy, I thought.
Yeah, I was actually a little afraid I was going to cut the roof on my mouth, which is never fun. They come with what they call I know it's spicy. There we go, Steakhouse 71 onion rings. I'm looking for onion rings, and it's a big, long title. Hand breaded with spicy ranch dipping sauce. This is a plant-based appetizer. The spicy ranch I thought was flat. All it really tasted of a little bit of spice and a little bit of, I don't know, mayo. I didn't taste ranch at all. Very little seasoning.
The seasoning I did taste was a little heat. I didn't care for it. Matter of fact, I tasted it once and didn't eat it.
I went ahead and tried it with one entire ring, and I felt like, gosh, these are really not the best rings. The onions are not very sweet. The acid in the ketchup brought out the sweetness of the onions.
Yes.
That ranch didn't do a thing for them.
Oh well, you can't hit them all.
Can't hit them all. So I happen to be a real fan of crab cakes.
Ooh, crab cakes.
I once got to go to a conference in Baltimore, Maryland, which is known for their crab cakes. And for 3 days, I had crab cakes for dinner every day. And I think I may have found the best place, but I'd have to look on a map to tell you which it is. But they have lump crab cake sliders. So you can get lump crab cakes by themselves for $15 as an appetizer. Actually, it comes with remoulade, corn hash, and crackers. Crab cake sliders come with lump crab cakes, Old Bay remoulade, tomato, pickled slaw on a brioche bun. You get 2 little crab cakes. They were very nice. And I decided on the Parmesan fries as well.
I had a little of her crab cake. Have to taste everything. That was probably the best crab cake I've ever had.
He didn't get to go to Baltimore.
Well, I've been to Baltimore, and the crab cake I had in Baltimore, I didn't get to eat crab cakes every day. And the crab cake I ate was not as good as the one here.
Now, these were very good. Probably a third or so of the crab cakes I've ever tried. So definitely, if you like crab cakes, those sliders make a very nice meal. Filling, they look small, but by the time you get through both of them and the fries or your salad or whatever, you're going to be comfortable.
Now, Rob, our server, had to give us instructions on how to eat it. Would you like to tell them what Rob said?
Yes, there's actually instructions on how to eat the crab cake sliders because they come out about this big.
They're big.
And then, of course, they've got the skewer in to hold them together. So he says you hold on to the buns, pull the skewer out because it hurts, he says, and then you smush it down until it's small enough you can get your mouth over it. So I followed his instructions, and yes, crab cake smushes out, and gosh, you have to have crab cake all by itself. Oh no.
That is just so sad.
So sad. They were delicious little sandwiches. So all in all, very nice meal. Was pricey. But
it
again,
was pricey. We got out for what?
It was $60.
It was $60 after tip.
We have a 10% discount because of annual pass holder, so it would have been higher than that. So you have to remember that. They do annual pass holder and Disney Visa holders both get 10%.
But
you cannot stack them.
No, you can't. You can't make it a 20% discount.
No, but definitely worth a trip out. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do something like that every week.
No, we can't. But
for Disney prices, not bad. We started talking about some of the other burgers. Art's other favorite in town is, believe it or not, Bubba Gump.
You would think that a fish place wouldn't have a great burger. Let me tell you, Bubba Gump has a pretty good burger. It's totally different than the one you get at Steakhouse 71. But it's an awfully good burger.
And it's $15. So you get $5 off there. But again, if you're on Disney property, you probably aren't going to want to go to City Walk. You'd have to pay to park at City Walk. But all in all, fun day, fun trip to the Contempt. Definitely that way we got to stay out of the wind, out of the cold, and just had a great time. So if you like this video, go ahead and give us that thumbs up. That's our like, and we do like those likes. They help us a lot.
They do. Leave comments. We love comments. We want to hear from you. So let us know what you think. If you have an idea for us to do something, we can give it a shot.
And if you go back to last February, we did that once. Our very first trip to Gideon's was because one of our subscribers asked us to go try the Eternal Flame Spicy Chocolate Cookie. And we thought that was a splendid idea.
And thank you, because we sort of fell in love with Gideon's.
Maddie, that's all your fault. And now I have a freezer full of Gideon's and not room for anything else.
Oh, what a problem.
It's terrible. It really is. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We have finally inched up over 200, and it's thrilling for us. Teeny tiny channels, really every single one of those subscriptions makes us smile. If you're on social media, so are we. Facebook is Our Life on the Go. I haven't posted much, especially recently, because this one's not the only one who got COVID. I haven't. I don't know how I've escaped it with the rest of the house, but both kids got it too.
I think it's because you've now had 5 shots of vaccine.
That's true. I did a study first for Novavax, so I've had 5 jabs of 2 different vaccines, and maybe the superpower I got was that I'm not going to get this. I was hoping for teleportation or something, but okay, I'll take safety from COVID. I do still post on Instagram almost every day. Sometimes it's snapshot of the temperatures here in Florida. Sometimes it's a report of wait times at some of the parks. And sometimes it's a photo or a set of photos from the parks of me and my dog. Who knows? But I do try to post over there. So come on over and say hi. It's Our Life Go on Instagram.
And with that said, I'm Art.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this is Our Life on the Go.